I'm going to go ahead and this is going to go live here.
Okay.
Almost went down.
They had work papers meeting night too.
I'm going to go ahead. This is going to go live here.
You did remind me the other night, it was Tuesday. Jordan, no. No. Friday, it's reminded. Oh, yeah. Wife too, but she's not in the hospital.
All right, we're live. Just let you know.
We're talking about people.
Yeah,
We're talking about people.
that's what I meant by that. There he is.
Walking out.
Okay, we have 6 o'clock. Call the Wabash City Schools Board meeting to order. Roll call. Everybody please stand, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We begin each board meeting by reading the Wabash City Schools mission. Wabash City Schools provides a relevant and rigorous education founded upon relationships to ensure each student is college and career ready for success in the global community. I'd like to welcome everybody that's here tonight. Recognitions.
Well, I would like to recognize Mr. Drollinger, the new principal at OJ Neighbors. Wasn't able to join us at the last meeting. So I'd like to recognize him. And as always, all of our administrators will have updates at the end of the evening. So
Welcome. All right, no revisions. Item H, consent agenda. We have the minutes from the August 17th, 2020 meeting and minutes from the August 28th, 2020 meeting. Claims, donations, and no financials this meeting. Take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
The motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, discussion?
no, just thank you for the donation from the high school staff for the Wabash Count Me In. Again, that's the attendance program where they go out and they purchase items and incentivize good attendance,
All right.
which may be counterproductive this year.
Any questions from the board? If not, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item I, the next regular scheduled board meeting will be Monday, September 21st, 2020 at Wabash City Hall, 202 South Wabash Street, Wabash, Indiana at 6 PM. We have a few items of communications. There's no old business, new business. Approve the following for support staff. 2020, 2021 support personnel wages and fringe benefits handbook, and a $1 raise for every current teacher's assistant paraprofessional.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion.
Yeah, so the only changes are the financial changes in the support staff handbook to include, we worked out a 4.5% increase in our insurance premiums moving into the 2021 year, which we felt like was really good. The health insurance consortium that we used to belong to prior to moving to Parkview Signature Care saw a 7% increase. And so I think 4.5 is below industry. And so really, really pleased with that. The other thing was the $1 raise for paraprofessionals. And then we also moved our sub pay from $70 a day to $80 a day so that we could be more competitive regionally. And then finally, we increased some retirement benefits. One of the issues that we run into often is that people feel like they got to burn their sick days before they retire. And so we increased what they can earn. Stone, I don't know what.
It used to only be $30, and so we raised it to 50.
Yeah.
Per sick day. So we also raised the years of experience from $75 to $100. So try to get some people to stay with us and retire with us.
So those are the only changes to that.
The $1 raise, that is $1 per hour, right?
Yes.
So our current starting pay for aides is $10. And for the teaching paras, it's 13. So those would go to 11 and 14. And whoever currently works for us would just get $1 raise to coincide with all that. We talked about doing that last year when we gave the secretaries all that a raise last year. So I feel like we're getting closer to being on par now with everybody around us.
Questions from the board? All right, if not, all those in favor of approving, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item B, approve Lori Gunderman as the SPED Pre-K online instructor at LH Carpenter for the 2020-2021 school year. This position will be paid at a rate of $750 per semester, $65 per student per 9 weeks.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion.
Yeah, and this is what we've done across the district, paid for the development of the class per semester and then also per kid, $65 per 9 weeks. We've also wanted to make it known that we currently shut down the transfer between online or in person until the end of the 9 weeks. So we will do that at the beginning and end of every 9 weeks.
Any questions? If not, all those in favor of approving, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item C, approve recommendation to hire Alex Lawhead as paraprofessional at OJ Neighbors at a rate of $10 per hour effective September 2nd, 2020.
So moved.
A motion? We have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
Yeah, and this hire, this is one of those where after Ms. Kugler put out the agenda, we kind of went through it and, logistically, it doesn't ultimately matter except that we do need you to pass G too, because C is for that position. Ms. Briney left before we got started, took a position elsewhere, and so we had to fill that position.
Should that not be $11 per hour? instead of
The
$10?
$11 doesn't go into effect until next Monday,
Okay,
the 14th.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure you guys passed it first.
Okay, all right.
And obviously, once you pass that, once that goes into effect, right? So.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Not all those in favor of approving, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item D, accept the resignation of Carrie Mertz as kindergarten online teacher effective August 17th, 2020.
So moved.
Have a motion? Do we have a second?
second,
Motion second, discussion?
Just thank Ms. Mertz for her time and service. I think she's juggling a lot of things right now. And so obviously the item E is going to replace that. So
All right. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor of accepting the resignation, say aye.
aye,
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item E, approve Brittany Jernigan as kindergarten online instructor effective August 17th, 2020 at $750 per semester, $65 per student per 9 weeks.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second, discussion?
thank you to Ms. Jernigan for, well, I'm sorry, that's the homebound instruction. No, I'm sorry, that is the
Item E.
online. Yeah, thank you.
All right, all those in favor of approving, say aye.
aye,
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item F, approve recommendation for Brittany Jernigan to provide homebound instruction for an OJ Neighbors student beginning August 11th, 2020 for 1 hour per day at her hourly rate.
So moved.
A motion? Do we have a second?
second,
Motion second, discussion?
Yeah, and this is just sometimes, especially with our teachers that deliver special education services, whether it's due to health or sometimes discipline, we have to send them out of the building to provide services. And so this action provides her that ability to do that.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
aye,
Opposed? Motion passes. Item G, accept resignation of Christy Briney as paraprofessional at OJ Neighbors effective August 5th, 2020.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
second,
Motion is second, discussion?
No, just certainly wish Miss Briney the best.
All right. All those in favor of accepting the resignation, say aye.
aye,
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item H, approve Kristen Kirk for an adjunct teacher position teaching health at Wabash Middle School with a stipend of $2,000 each semester for the 2020-2021 school year.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
second,
Motion second, discussion?
From time to time, we'll pay teachers additional, especially if they're not on a teacher's contract, we'll pay them adjunct salary, which typically is about $2,000. So that's what we're doing here for Ms. Kirk.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
aye,
Opposed? Motion passes. Item I, approve recommendation to hire Chelsea Smith as the ISD instructor effective September 14th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
second,
Motion is second, discussion?
And so this is a position that's been created. It's an ongoing position. It was really last filled by Mrs. Holly, who has now completed her counseling, and she is teaching for us at the high school right now. So welcome, Ms. Smith.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
aye,
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item J, approve Christian Grindel's maternity leave request from October 26, 2020 through the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second, discussion?
Yeah, thank you, or congratulations to Christian and her husband. Wish them the best.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
aye,
Opposed? Motion passes. Item K, approve recommendation to compensate Bill Benish $200 for his time moving the chemical room for the science department at Wabash High School.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
second,
Motion is second, discussion?
Yeah, this is a really kind of a unique situation. Obviously, teachers every year are going to be doing work outside the classroom or in the classroom to get the classroom ready at the beginning of the year or between semesters or at the end of the year. This is unique because Mr. Benish had to move all of his chemicals out of his chemical room in order for the project, the connector. And he had to get it done as soon as possible. It was kind of a late notice to them. And there's some dangerous chemicals, and we couldn't just have custodial staff or Mr. Whelan or somebody at the building level to help Bill. And we had to request his time for this. And because of the amount of time to move those chemicals, which have been there for decades, we felt like we should compensate him for that extra time. So it's really a unique situation. And it's recognizing that Mr. Benish had to put in 10 plus hours to get that done. And like I said, not just anybody could have done it.
All those in favor of approving the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item L, accept resignation of Marie Harvey as paraprofessional at Vernon Manor effective August 6th, 2020.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
Yeah, thank Ms. Harvey for her time and service. She's been with us a little while, and so wish her the best.
All those in favor of approving or the resignation, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item M, approve David Catton as the paraprofessional at Vernon Manor effective September 9th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
Yeah, and obviously, Mr. Catton is going to take Ms. Harvey's position at Vernon Manor. And someday, when we're past COVID, that would be a great visit for the board too. It's kind of a unique service that we provide at Vernon Manor, and some really health susceptible students that are there. And so it's probably not something that we're going to be visiting soon, but it would be a good experience once this is all over.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item N, approve Dr. Andrew Glasscock as Psychology 101 facilitator at the Wabash County Community Learning Center for the fall 2020 semester at a rate of $1,375 to be paid through external grant funding.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
Yeah, I think, well, really N through P, although really N and O, I think they're kind of really unique actions that we're taking. And this goes in line with everything that we've done that's been unique with starting the Wabash County Community Learning Center. To think about whether it's the idea of building a legacy of opportunity for all, or just finding the yes. Mr. Blossom has gone out there and found some really unique opportunities or unique individuals with unique skill sets. That's what I should say for both Dr. Dawson and Dr. Glasscock. Obviously, this is not their day job, and Dr. Glasscock is actually a chiropractor, but has the credentialing to be able to offer these classes. And so this has been a huge benefit, not only for our kids, but kids across Wabash County. And so I certainly want to thank Dr. Glasscock for taking this on, and then also thank Mr. Blossom for seeking out highly qualified personnel.
Any other questions? If not, all those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item O, approve Dr. Brian Dawson as dual credit quantitative reasoning Math 1-2-3 instructor for the Wabash County Community Learning Center for the 2020-2021 school year for 2 sections at a rate of $2,750 per section for a total of $5,500 to be paid through external grant funds.
So moved.
The motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
The last thing I'd say is, and I didn't mention it first, but Josh is also finding external funding opportunities, funding streams to be able to pay for personnel as well. So we funnel them through Wabash City Schools books and through the board actions for the approval, but it's really free education that we're providing.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item P, approve the following as tutors, evening building supervisors for the Wabash County Community Learning Center for the 2020-2021 school year at a rate of $20 per hour, effective August 24th, 2020. James Burns, Aaron Sapusek, Jen Smith.
Moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Motion is second. Discussion.
And so we've been doing this for a number of years too, and these are high school teachers. And again, the funding, we get outside as well. But not only do Mr. Burns, Mrs. Pusick, Ms. Smith provide tutoring to our students, but they also provide tutoring to adult learners there as well. And it's kind of kills two birds with one stone. We need to have that adult supervision. And this way we don't have to pay for external supervision on top of this. So thank them for volunteering for this tutoring.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item Q, approve the following athletic changes for the 2020-2021 school year. There's a long list of coaches. I'll take a motion to approve all of these changes
So moved.
collectively. We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion?
Yeah, obviously, Mr. Kelsheimer had another opportunity, and so that's the reason for that resignation. Everything else is a hire. Just want to thank everybody for their time and service. We say it every time, whether you're volunteering or you're actually being paid for these positions. So many of our coaches put in so many more hours than they're really compensated for. So just want to thank them. I'd also like to point out, again, the unified flag football. It's great to see not only we got a coach, but also so many people willing to volunteer for that position as well.
All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? One abstention. Motion passes. Items from superintendent.
Yeah, I'd like to start off by, again, welcoming Mr. Drollinger to Wabash City Schools. And we gave him an extra day this weekend to get ready. So, yeah, that worked out. Wanted to update you. We are part of the Rural Early College Network grant. I'm going to get $200,000 over the next few years. That we have a day-long meeting on Thursday for that. Just in year one, been not supervising, been mentoring Logansport, and then year two will be Northridge. COVID kind of throws a wrench in it, but I've certainly worked with Logansport's superintendent a few times, just to talk about how we could share dual credit opportunities or other ways to connect. And so that's been a great thing for Wabash City Schools and Wabash High School. Facility updates. Obviously, I think the biggest news is the field is officially ready to play. And so we went out there first thing this morning, and it was great to hear after all this time, and kids are ready to play. And I don't think anybody was really too heartbroken who got to play the first game, just that we got to play the first game. And so that's going on right now. Hopefully the Apaches are winning, but they're not. All right.
They're down.
All right. Well, they're on a beautiful field, and nonetheless. So, so we get to host the Peru Tigers this Friday to open up high school football. So that'll be fun. And then I think soccer is right around the corner. Just want to thank Hagerman, Sprint Turf, and Context Design for all their support. It is truly a beautiful field and facility, and it's something I think our kids and our community can be very, very proud of for years to come. And again, if everybody remembers, people always talk about athletics, but one of the best things about that field is we can use it for so much more than that. I think Fred Prezo, when kind of sold us the idea, was that we could add, I think like, it was 33% more events out there. And so excited to see what we can do. You know, obviously with COVID and social distancing, our PE teachers have been outside a lot, and I think they could use that field more often. So very excited about that. LH Carpenter's coming along, and really we're in that new portion. Just a reminder that they should be wrapping up the new classrooms in January, and that's when we'll move the preschool there, and then they'll start the renovation on the current building. But that is certainly, I know the board took a tour a month or two ago. It's something we probably should schedule a second tour. It's really unbelievable. The brick match, they did a phenomenal job. You look on the back of it, it just looks like the same building. It is really amazing. We're getting there with Kuhlman Gymnasium, and we were in there today with Barton Co. going over colors, tile, doors, those types of things. And so a lot of those things are really coming into place. The end of this month, they're going to finally open that up, take that wall down, and we will get that back for volleyball by the end of this month. And so, and then the connector, again, we were working on colors and matching of that, and it's really pretty exciting to see things really coming together. They're almost done with the backfill, and you can really see where that hallway is connected between the high school and middle school. And today probably the most exciting thing about the conversation was there is the potential to cover up the green brick on Wabash Middle School. And
Am I the
so,
only one that likes the green brick?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
yeah.
Both of
It's
them
not
are
our colors.
studying the-
Yes,
inside there,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And so it would really match up kind of that new metal facade coming onto that connector. And so really excited about that. So next board meeting, we'll be having basically a public hearing, opening up the bargaining season. All it is to advertise to our taxpayers and to teachers and everybody that we're going to start formally bargaining ADM or our count day, what we call count day, where we get our official numbers is September 18th. And so anyhow, we'll have that hearing at the next board meeting. Real excited about this Friday. Lot of stuff going on this week. This Friday, we're taking, I believe it's all of our sixth graders down seventh. We're taking middle schoolers down the Wabash River. I really want to thank Mike Beecham. He has really been the spearhead behind this. Takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. Takes a lot to get supervisors and chaperones. Sam Hipskin, our director of safety and school resource officer, is also a huge help. Jen Rankin has also been a big help. So I want to thank all those people for making this happen. Just an interesting note that MSD did it today. They did not do it last year. We did it as a pilot last year. It was so successful that MSD, I believe, did it today. And Officer Hipskin has such a great reputation that they requested that he be a part of that today. So we let them borrow Sam today. But that's very exciting. Very, again, legacy building. And Thursday, we're going to have a ribbon cutting, Grow Wabash County, 6 o'clock, come out, and we're going to celebrate the opening of the field, do a ribbon cutting. I believe Nick's Hot Dogs is going to be there. It should be a good time. And finally, we approved Ms. Kirk for a adjunct health class. I just wanted to point out, and I learned this on Facebook actually, a parent had reached out and said that her daughter, who was not in PE this year, had wanted to see how because COVID shut everything down, and she was really trying to improve her mile time, and she didn't get to do it, but she reached out to Mrs. Kirk and said, "Hey, will you help me?" And Mrs. Kirk got back and went out there with her and ran the mile with her. And so it just speaks volumes of her. And again, it's about people, not programs. So I want to thank her publicly. Certainly want to thank the parent as well for reaching out and giving some positive news. And I think that's all I've got.
question for you on LH Carpenter.
Yeah.
The parking lot and the church's parking lot. Any update on when they think they might look to pave that?
I don't. I mean, it's going to be done before the season. Obviously, before it gets cold and they stop.
But he said October, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. It might. Oh, I do know. It's fall break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're paving it. I thought he was just putting down the first surface or
The
something.
binder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the binder, yeah.
Okay. Well,
And then,
waiting until spring.
yes, because of heavy equipment.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's working out great.
Yeah.
I have a question too. So all that's left to do the football field is the fence around. Are they putting the fence all the way around? I know.
Oh, no. We
They're
got to
just
pave a track on Monday.
Oh, is the
Yeah.
track not paved yet?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, the track's not been paved.
So
So,
the track-
so that was supposed to happen Wednesday or Thursday this week. And it didn't because again, we got to have the team cross it and we didn't want to ruin that. And so, they also have to put a turf protector. Obviously they don't want to get the paving, the latex on our turf. And so they felt like it was just better to wait until Monday. And so, yeah, we have to get the fencing. Obviously there's temporary fencing that's going or is out there right now. And that will be out there and then we're going to leave the poles and then just re-fence around the exterior. So, but it is secure now. Nobody's out there or shouldn't be out there riding their bikes. If they are, they're jumping the fence.
They were the other night.
Yeah.
Real quick on cooling, what are they putting on the north side there? The whole, like the window looking thing. Is it gonna be a window?
It's not going to be a window. That's there because the bleachers and they still have to get
Okay, that's
heavy stuff in
access
there.
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask though, we are going to have a
On the west side.
W and we're looking to do on north and the
Awesome.
west side. So,
Was something put along the side of the fence, let's say, the west side of the fence then, so that the lights don't, I didn't notice it.
No, he has not done that yet. You're talking about
So that
near the
lights-
intersection of Harrison.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Will that
You
be
know,
done
he's
by
gonna
Friday?
he said he's gonna put windscreen up there to stop those headlights coming in. I think he wants to see how, if it's gonna really be in effect, but.
Yeah.
We'll find out tonight.
Yeah. I think at this point, we've got a few expenses and so I think we want to see what that looks like
But yeah, that is the plan. is
before
windscreen.
we jump on that.
Any other questions? All right, items from Chief Business Officer.
Well, this is budget season, and so next Monday, I will be going to city council to have a hearing over our budget. Our tax rate on our debt will still be below 80 cents. Well, it may not be on the hearing, but it will be when it gets approved. The new assessed valuation of 218 million certainly helps us a little bit. Our operations tax rate is probably going to go up just a little bit. We also got some money back there from which we lost last year, which that helped. So that's a good thing. The week after that, we'll have a hearing at this meeting over capital projects and bus replacement. And just to remind everybody, city council approves our actual budget and you guys approve our capital projects plan and our bus replacements plan. And that's all because of the appointed school board and that's how it works. So, so our city council actually approves our actual budget. And so then after the hearings, we'll have adoption meetings in October and we'll be all done until sometime around Christmas when they send us a notice and let us know how much money we get. But we're kind of locked into where we, what we can do. We tap out our operations budget, but then we lose a big chunk to tax caps and, our debt, we told people we'd stand our 81 cents and we will. So, I mean, there's not really much difference. So.
And although just to add on to talking about budget, and I know you wrote down the count day. So we are up just maybe a handful of kids from last year, but it's still up and it's up from what Mr. Stone budgeted on. So again, Mr. Stone's got to put a number when he does do his budget. And so So that is good news. Now, it's not September 18th yet, so,
No.
so we don't rest until then, and then we don't rest again until that 1782, but
All right. Items from visitors.
it's up first.
I'll start. Far enough away, I'll take off my mask so you can actually see who I am.
Should I-
Glad we were able to meet in person. I was afraid that meeting with you would be on Zoom, and you never know how that's gonna look or sound, so happy to be here. I want to thank you for your support and approving me for this position. Today was my first day with OJ Neighbors, and it went really well. Everyone was friendly, and which was great. And I actually made it to every single classroom today, which was my goal. Took a little longer than I anticipated because you kids ask some questions and they want to talk to you and know a little bit about you, but made it to every single classroom, got to talk to all the kids. And they were trying to ask me if I knew their name. It's gonna take over 500. It's gonna take a little while to get their names, but-
That's when you say, yeah, buddy.
which I did a lot. It was a great day, and I got to thank Emily and Beth both, because your first day is a whirlwind no matter what. But the fact that the teachers and the students already had a schedule and they already had a routine in place meant that I was the only one feeling the whirlwind, unlike a lot of first days where everyone's trying to get everything down. So thank you guys for all that work. And then Beth, of course, who's been handling everything for the last couple of weeks. But it was a great day. I got some cookies and we had some donuts, and it was great.
I saw Mr. Galley just wrote down donuts.
So things went well. Very happy to be here. Very excited. Just continue to get to know everybody. I told them please be patient, but I'm trying to get all those names down over the weekend. It was nice to have the extra day, as Mr. Callahan mentioned, because Beth came in and met me on Saturday. I was here on Sunday and Monday, just trying to get everything set up. And, the first time I walked the building, I couldn't even figure out where I was at, but I think I got it down now. Now to remember where all the teachers are. But it's been great. And it was nice to have that extra time just to be able to get in here and see schedules and try to get the technology figured out. And I think I got a lot of that accomplished today, which was nice. So excited to be here. Nigel Drollinger, nice to meet you all. Again, glad we could do this in person. There is one thing I was gonna tell you guys about Friday, and you probably already know, but our PTO has sponsored the drive-in on Friday. And they'll be showing Trolls World Tour. So some of you have kids there and haven't seen that yet. This is due tomorrow. I did send out an email to all parents today saying, hey, this is due tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're
Thank you.
excited to have you with us and getting to know you too. I don't have a lot. Still proud of our kiddos. They are still pros at wearing our masks. We're not having to tell them, you know, to wear them. It's just like second nature. Well, it's not. They just go with it, but very excited for them. You approved Katie Philippi as our part-time nurse that we share amongst the corporation. She's been with me checking temperatures and working that COVID chart like a champ, and Kyle's using her now too. So just want to thank you for her. She's done an outstanding job for us. Really appreciate having her in the corporation. As Mr. Dollinger said, we have Trolls PTO. Friday night, doors open at 7:15 and the show starts at 8:30.
Just to clarify, you weren't saying the PTO were trolls. You said, right? Okay. Movie, I don't know. Kids haven't been little for a while.
So, and our project is going great. I actually have a door on my office this week, so that was great. And they have the drywall upstairs, pretty much finished.
I haven't seen that.
It is neat to see all the progress going on. And Tigerman has been great to work with. That's all I have.
First, I want to welcome the family.
Thank you.
I mean, it's, as you move along, you get into this, you're going to see that's just one big family. So welcome to the family. You've got some great people down there to help you out.
Yeah.
If you ever find out where the donuts came from, let me know, 'cause we don't if you haven't watched it.
I'll send you over pictures.
So, I just want to reiterate what Jason said and really what Kathy said. First off, Haviland's been fantastic to work with, but there's a buzz. I don't know if you guys have felt it. It's in the community. It's in our students. They're going nuts over this field. They started backfilling in on this connector, and I can't tell you how many kids are so excited they won't have to walk outside anymore to go to lunch, or those middle school kids back and forth. There is just a real buzz that's flowing through, and it's really, really exciting. And just want to thank, you guys for making that happen. It's neat, it's exciting, and I know my son, who's a big soccer player, he told me, he said, "Dad, it's okay, the football team can use the field. We're not upset about it." So everybody's really excited. Homecoming's coming up. We're 2 weeks out from homecoming. Court's been nominated. Voting started today. So we're excited about that. And I want to give a shout out to student council and Amy Oakwell, because so much of that homecoming week and those activities that go on all week, they're group activities. And Amy and the student council have really worked hard to figure out how do we do this and how do we keep that distancing and still make it fun and still make it memorable for everybody. And they've done a great job. So we're really excited about some of the things coming up. And then of course, that parade 4:30 on Friday, and look forward to seeing everybody there. We've got, because that construction on the field is dying down, because the construction over on Coolman's kind of dying off a little bit, the traffic and the area's cleaned up. Ticket booth is painted black. We're hoping the seniors can get out there this week in the evenings, especially on the weekend coming up, get that ticket booth painted and see what the seniors this year have to offer. And not only the ticket booth, but to get our seniors in their painted parking spots. We've had a couple ask about that. So now that we've got things cleared out, we want to get rolling there. Clubs are starting to meet. We've got a few clubs. They said, we really can't wait, because we're trying to figure out, clubs are kind of they're difficult to do when you can't meet in large groups. But Mr. Burns and the Esports Club, FCA, they've started to meet. They got it figured out. Esports is kicking off tomorrow morning before school. So we're excited about that. And really, I think the biggest celebration of all is the fact that we are over 4 weeks in school and we're still in school. Like Kathy said, our high school kids are doing a great job with the mask. I don't think they can keep track of them like your kids can. I'm pretty sure yours are doing better than some of ours. But they're coming in, they're asking for masks. They know they've got to wear them. Every now and then you have somebody, drops down below the nose and you just point at it and it goes back up. They're just doing a fantastic job. And the fact that here we are, 4 weeks plus, midterms are over, going on that downhill for the first grading period, we're still in school. And it's really because of our kids following the rules and procedures. So I think a huge shout out needs to go to them. And we're moving forward. It's a school year. We're moving forward on a school year, and we're excited about it. So,
And just to clarify, homecoming's the 25th?
25th, yes.
25th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And parade will be like right after school, like 4:30?
4:30.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. And the route's going to be the same as always. Everybody has to ride. There's no walkers this year. If anybody's throwing candy, they got to have gloves on. And there's going to be, everybody has to wear a mask. If you're going to be in the parade, you got to wear a mask. Yep. So, we're in school. We're staying in school. We're having a great year.
Thanks, Jeff.
I'm gonna stand up here so I can take my mask off too. Nigel, welcome. It's great to see you, and the kids are gonna absolutely adore you. So enjoy every minute you can. It has been an exciting couple of weeks for me as well, being able to transition into this new position. I think one of the most exciting things is that we've worked close with Grobosh for Wabash County and some other community members to help revitalize the entrepreneurship program. I am excited and confident that we will have students this year to be able to recruit, to design and practice their very own business, and then to be able to compete in that statewide competition in the spring. We're also looking and working to build our own regional chapter of student entrepreneurship with Started Up Foundation. That's pretty exciting because this is an opportunity where kids get to interact with businesses, be able to provide viable solutions. And it will be virtual at the beginning, but they will get to be in breakout rooms with kids all across the entire country. So it's a pretty incredible opportunity. Our first scheduled e-learning day is September 18th. We will hold our district leadership teams for math and literacy instruction and continue the work that we started last year. Mr. Vale has worked really, really hard with the Apple trainer, and that will be our first PD day with Apple, and that will be all virtual. So we have some things planned for the teachers with accessibility and assessment there. And then there will be some time built in for each building to be able to take care of things at the building level. So that is September 18th. And finally, I think we're going to get to be able to offer some process communication model training to LHC. I think we can get the entire building done at LHC and then the office staff at each of the buildings, and that will be in early November. So myself, Mr. Callahan, Mr. Wieland, and Mrs. LePage will all help with that as we're the certified trainers for it. So that's very, very exciting. And then also we are partnering with Todd Minnick and Teresa Galley at the Honeywell Center to be able to pilot an integrative arts program from pre-K through 5th grade. So I think we have a teacher at every grade level throughout there to be able to help pilot this program. So the artists will have their presentations and their lessons digital, and the classroom teachers will find where it fits in their scope and sequence. They'll present it to the kids. And then the goal is to bring those teachers back and participate in some focus groups so we can get teacher feedback to continue to build up capacity for that program. So that's exciting as well. So thank you.
All right. Beth, did you have anything? Okay, all right. You started to raise your hand. I thought, okay, I didn't want to move on, sorry. Okay. Items from board members.
I just think the whole school, I mean, top to bottom, for bringing a little bit of normalcy back to the kids' life. It's fantastic to see the kids come home excited, telling me about school and what they did, or my kindergartner telling me about Grandma Judy, who's an aide in the room. So, I mean, it just, the normality is, I don't know, it's just been fantastic. So thank you.
No, welcome.
Thank you.
Tony?
Nigel, welcome. As I want to thank everybody again, how well things are going in school. It's not without a lot of work, a lot of preparation. I also wanted to say that Heartland has had the same type of experience. They're doing well. They're in session. They have record numbers of students. I'm sorry, I forgot the number, but it's like 100 more than they've had. And new programs that we're kind of envisioning down the road, and new partnerships, and not going to stop.
Stephen?
I wanted to highlight the nursing staff and the secretaries at the buildings. I know they've dealt with a lot the first 4 weeks as far as having to do checks and be the heavy sometimes, but I appreciate it. We were, like Mr. Galley said, we're 4 weeks in without issue. Keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we're gonna make everybody happy. We have to have a line somewhere, and they're holding the line. I appreciate it. So Mrs. Ballschmidt, Mrs. Kelsheimer, Mrs. Philippi, and then all the secretaries and the staff in the front offices. Thank you very much.
I too want to welcome Nigel to the WCS family. We're glad to have you. And like Mr. Galley said, I'm going to be a sounds like we're beating a dead horse here, but you can't overstate what we've done. What the students have done, the staff has done, what the families, the parents have done. You read about other school systems closing for a couple of weeks here and there, and we've been fortunate enough not to have to do that, and that is a testament to everybody working together. So thank you to everyone. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Square update.